Hello everyone in the YouTube world, it's the Spirit Room 152. Okay, so I have a Tumblr, deadlymachination.tumblr.com, and I made a post called "This is what insanity sounds like," and it's a post about the thoughts I've had since I found out that Peter Scanavino from Law & Order Special Victims Unit, since I found out that he watched a video I had made, which was me singing a song that I had written about him called "We'll Be Alright," and the song was basically a plea to the executive producers of SVU, Warren Light and Julie Martin, to bring Peter back for season 17, and some of the song was directed towards Peter himself. And so I tweeted the video to the executive producers, and I mentioned Peter in the tweet, of course by his username, otherwise he wouldn't have seen it. And so I mentioned him in the tweet. Then the next day, he favorited my tweet, which gave me a shred of hope that he had watched my video. And I found out a week later, and I remember this particular day, it was the day the Chicago PD SVU crossover was happening. And about a week, and so this particular day I tweeted, "Part of me actually wonders if @Peter Scanavino watched my anthem video," and it turns out that he did watch my video, and he told me so on Twitter, and of course I screamed like a little girl at a One Direction concert. And so yeah, and ever since then, like, I've had like these random thoughts, like some of them just sound so crazy and so implausible, yet they sound plausible because, as my buddy Nicole keeps telling me, stranger things have happened. And if you think about it, stranger things actually have happened. And so, I'm going to share with you some of the stuff that I've written, but not everything that I've thought since then is written on this post. I wonder if Peter has watched any of the other videos on my YouTube channel. Well, for me, it really depends. Like, well, it's either, like, that's either going to be a good thing or a bad thing. Well, it depends on, like, the content of the video. Like, 3 videos, this is now the 4th. Like, he's, like, 3 other videos, he's, like, I talk about him. And, of course, he watched one of them. And I've wondered, like, I have videos of myself. Like, there's this one video called "The Biggest Parental Mindfuck I've Ever Experienced," the 12 Days of Autistic Christmas, Pop Rock Soda Challenge, sound engineering with a car stereo. I'm a sound engineering major, and we were taught, and like the teacher suggested that we try experimenting with different sound, like just filling with the stereo controls in a car. So there was that, just like to get a little bit there. And it says bathing suits and guitars, which was basically a video where I play a guitar in a bathing suit and just to see which one people would pay attention to more. And then my blind marriage dream in response to the Australian family who left their special needs child in the care of the surrogate. And there's Vegas video, just all these different kinds of videos, and it just makes me wonder what other videos he's seen, because some of them I'm playing my guitar, and so this one video, it's called "We'll Be Alright," that's the video Peter watched, and yeah, just sometimes I wonder what else he's seen on my YouTube channel, if anything at all, or if it's just the "We'll Be Alright" video. And also, there's another video where I'm playing an acoustic version. That video is about 12 minutes long because I'm talking about Peter and how he had watched my video and how I had fun and all this, and winning a contest that Steve Zernkilton, the guy that does the opening SVU narration, had held, like, to get him as their voicemail, and I have him as my voicemail, so there's that. So, moving on. I wonder if his wife knows about the video. She probably thinks I'm crazy. Well, in that video, I'm singing the song I'd written, and I seriously wonder if Peter's wife really does know about the video, and if like what she thinks of it. Like something like I do want to, like, part of me wants to ask Peter about it, but then part of me is petrified because of the answer I might get. Now, this can go one of God knows how many ways. So I could get, so these are examples of answers I could get. My wife doesn't know about it. She liked it. She thinks you're crazy, or some other reason or another. And, just, yeah, but I mean, like, see, the reason why I shared, why I said that We'll Be Alright was about Peter, because one, it is, and two, there's a lot of us, in the SVU fan base who wanted to see him back, who wanted to see Peter back for season 17, and I felt like, you know, music can be a persuasive and convincing medium. And so I wrote that, and so I wrote the song in about 3 hours, and of course I made a video, and then I tweeted it to the executive producers, and I mentioned Peter in the tweet, and that song was written to hopefully sway the decision, like, in favor of keeping Peter on the show. Like, that's why I wrote it. And also to show appreciation to Peter, like, hey, there are people out there who actually like you, and we want you back for season 17, and all this stuff. That's why I wrote it. Like, I didn't write it with, like, I wrote, like, honestly, I was expecting one of the executive producers to watch it and then tell me, but I wasn't expecting Peter to watch it, which I know sounds very silly. But the guy's a Twitter recluse. I didn't expect him to see my tweet. And he favorited it, and then a week later, I tweeted about how I wondered if he watched my video. And, of course, him being a Twitter recluse, I wasn't expecting a reply, and then he tells me that he watched my video. And I'm screaming like a preteen at a One Direction concert. Yeah, my reaction was horrendous, and it was terrible. But I literally could not contain myself. Like, come on, my favorite person from my all-time favorite TV show watched my video. I can't top that as a songwriter. At least not right now. It's just, but yeah, I mean, just, okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, but I wrote that song in good taste, you know. It's not like it wasn't like some sort of Alanis Morissette, You Oughta Know, Taylor Swift, Bad Blood, or some song like where it talks about how I wanted to sleep with him and all this stuff. Yeah, he's married, so technically he's married, he has a kid and another one on the way, so can't touch him. Okay, so if Peter has seen my New York video, holy shit, I can't even imagine my reaction to that. Excuse me. So, let me backtrack a little bit. Okay, so I talked about how Peter, watched my anthem video, which is what I call the We'll Be Alright video. The anthem video. And, every time the view count on that video goes up, I keep thinking to myself, holy shit, how many times has Peter watched my video? Because, for starters, it's on his favorites list on Twitter. Like, I remember, because I know, like, every time, like, I check my view counts for some reason, and every time the view count goes up, it's like, oh my god, Peter, how many times have you watched this video? I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to insinuate anything or, like, anything of that sort, but it makes me think, like, how many times has Peter seen my video? Because I know he's seen it at least once. And just kind of chalk that stuff up. Oh, and then I made a video talking about how I'm going to New York next month. I made that video last night, and how I talk about how I think he's hot like Mexico. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, what if he watches this video and I meet him and I meet him and all hell breaks loose? Or some kind of madness. What could possibly go wrong? A couple things, evidently. And I'm just hoping that he just doesn't want, I just hope he hasn't seen that video. It is, oh my god, I would probably die of embarrassment. Okay, so there's that, and then so, what if he recognized me from my video if I were to meet him? Doubt it, but stranger things have happened. So yeah, it's just, you know, I just thought about like how cool it would be if Peter recognized me from my video. You see, my favorite YouTuber, her name is Lily Singh. Her username is Superwoman II, and there's a video of her meeting Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who's like her absolute favorite, and in the video, like, you can see The Rock like talking to Lily about her videos and how. And, like, he just knows who she is. And, he just knows who she is. And just that kind of thing. And it just made me think, like, wow, what if Peter did that to me? Like, what if he recognized me from my video? Now, that would be awesome. And, that video, the video of her meeting The Rock, when were the MTV Movie Awards? Shit, hold on. So this video, check the timestamp. That video was made literally that video was about a week and a half before, about a week and a half, 2.5 weeks before this whole thing with Peter happened. And it just made me think, like, you know, what if Peter recognized me from my video? That would be pretty awesome. It would be so cool and so badass. I would just be like, oh my god, I don't even know right now. But if he recognized me from my video and, like, oh my god, this leads me to my next point. I'm gonna go off topic for a second, but, you know, Carisi on SVU, like, whenever he meets someone he idolizes, like Walter Briggs, who was his favorite author, and Bayard Ellis, who is like his idol in the legal justice area, like, because Carisi's a law student and he just idolizes Bayard Ellis. It just makes me think about, like, how Carisi would react, like, if there was, like, a woman that he idolized, like, and maybe just a favorite musician of his, and it just makes me think, like, oh my god, how would Carisi react in that situation? And also just that kind of thing. I'm gonna elaborate on this in another video. So yeah, there's that. It would be so cool if I could play We'll Be Alright for him. No, seriously, it would be so cool if I could do that. If I could just take out my guitar and play a version of We'll Be Alright for him. It was, oh my god, that would be so cool. Like, I don't even know. Like, if I could just play a version of We'll Be Alright for Peter, I don't care if I do anything else. Like, I wouldn't care if I ever did anything else except earn my pink Cadillac from Mary Kay, because I'm a consultant for the company and all that jazz. Just, oh my god, oh my god, that would be so cool. I can't even begin to tell you how awesome that would be. And of course, I would have somebody tape it so I could put it on YouTube and share it with the world. I wonder if he's gone through my Twitter. Yet again, doubt it, but stranger things have happened. No, seriously, I wonder if he's ever gone through my... No, I know, like... I know, like, it's a long shot, but like I said, stranger things have happened. Like, my Twitter bio, it says 22, Mary Kay consultant, musician, BMI songwriter, future sound engineer. And I really hate to say this one. Currently #1 on Peter Scanavino's favorites list. And that is my